Hey everyone, so it's a rainy day here right after Christmas, and I've decided to do some cleanup in my craft room. I started out by trying to put together all of my Christmas craft items and try to organize those and put those up. Not to say that I won't get those out later this year, because I have a plan to do some Christmas crafting all along throughout the year, because for me at least it seems like Christmas gets here and we have just a little bit of time and then it's all over. And so I want to spread that out throughout the year. So I've been working on a list of some projects I want to do throughout the year for Christmas, and also some things that I will have ready once Christmas comes around. And that's why I'm putting together a little container here, and I'm trying to organize some of mainly embellishments and things that I want to work out on throughout the year. And so I thought I would share some of those things with you. Now, it never fails. I've already put up some things and then I'm finding again. So like I have paper packs that I've already put up and printables. So little pieces of printables. So I'm putting printables in my little container of things to work on throughout this year. I'll also show you some other things. I've been working on little flowers, poinsettias that I'm been building with my die cuts. And so I'm gonna work on those throughout the year. And I've also got some little beads and stuff that need to go on those. So I think I'll put those in this container as well. Everything will be ready. And I've also got some little bells that I've cut out of some shiny paper. And so I'm gonna have those to work on this year. Also a lot of little Christmassy words and, like I said, printable cutouts that I've got. Oh, I've also got here, it looks like some snowflakes. So I know I want to cut out some more snowflakes this year. And so I've got these little baggies. Oh, here's some other things. So the other day I was working on stickers and putting those on little pieces of cardboard on the bag and cutting those out so they're ready to use as embellishments. Also some little stamped images that I can use for embellishment. I have this one little penguin that I found, and I want to do more of those throughout the year. Again, not so that I'm doing everything before Christmas, but so I have some things ready to go. So I'm just going to work on organizing. Oh, here's another thing, tags. I've also found several projects that I started and I never got them completed. So this is just a little heads up. I have these little clip tags that I wanted to make, but I didn't get them all the way finished. I started them, and who knows, those may be some of the projects that I do throughout this year. So I'm gonna get these tags ready, find the little bags for them, and we'll put those in my little container. So during the season, this is how I like to lay out all my embellishment and stickers and ribbons, and I had them all over the floor. And so this is how it did look. So I've been working on putting everything up, beads and different things that I've been using throughout the season. And good news, I just emptied out a container. Remember this paper we made some things with? I'm gonna put it up. I've got some scraps to use. And now I have the floor all cleaned up. Doesn't that look great? I know there's a lot still left on my desk. That's a project for another day. But at least I have the floor cleaned up, and the holiday stuff is mostly packed up and ready to move on to the next season. Look at the floor. I'm so excited. Now here's a couple of other projects I have for the year. Pictures. What am I going to do with those? And then also I've got to organize all this paper. I usually put my colored paper in this rack here. Got to work on that. So even though I've been doing a lot of cleaning over the last few days after Christmas, the holidays, I did get in a little time to do some after Christmas shopping and take advantage of some of the sales. And I wanted to share some of those things with you. First of all, though, I want to show you a piece that I got, I guess you could say as part of a Christmas gift. And it is this old domino set. And this was a set given to me by my aunt, and it's just really a set of old dominoes, but I've seen some really cool crafts with these in the past, and so I'm either going to use these with some of those crafting projects, or I may use them as some sort of decoration, but I think little game pieces are always so fun to play with, so I've got these. And then now to some of the Christmas shopping at Walmart. A lot of the items were picked over, or I tried to look at it in the fact of, what do I really need? It's not that I need ribbon, but I've had my eye on these little sets of ribbon all Christmas, and I've held off. And now I'm really glad because they were regularly $4.98 and they had them for 50% off. So I really especially like the little tinsel silvery looking. This more is like a gray and a white, a thinner piece. This is going to be like a black velvet. Of course, you can't go wrong with the glitter. And the black with the white Christmas trees. Just a very unique set. And so I was really glad to get these at about $2.50. And so that's going to be great for use on my projects next year. That's all that I picked up at Walmart. And I also had a trip to Hobby Lobby at 60% off for their Christmas. I had to pick up some more of these little paper flowers. I've got some, and I've also got a die, but I just couldn't pass up the 60% off of those, and I didn't get the other sizes, so I went with that. And I also took a look at the My Little Christmas, and I know I've gotten some of the little trinkets that I can use there, but they had these little bottle trees that I thought were so cute in all of the bright colors. And I'm sorry about that glare, but you know, there's a silver, gold, pink, white, black, red, green, an orange, and a light blue. And I just thought those were really cute. I liked those colors. And then they had these little Christmas pins at $1.50 a pack for the gold and silver, red and green. I don't know how well they'll work, but I thought I would try those out at about $1.50 for the 4-pack. And I always love to pick up twine. I know I have red and white. I don't think I even have any green and white, and I love the red, green, and white. So at $4.49, 60% off, that was a for sure grab. Now these last two items are some things that I'm going to use in my crafting, but more for holding my things and kind of a decoration for crafting next year. So first of all, I picked up this little trivet bowl. That's what I'm using it for. Of course, I know it's used, it was a cooking bowl or, you know, for food items, but I'm going to use it to put my little embellishments inside. And I just love the colors that are used on here with the pink, the red, this green. Just so cute. I love that cute little trivet bowl. That will be perfect. Can you imagine the little trees inside of this or something? And then also another little trivet is this little Santa here in the pink and white Santa espresso mug, but it's going to be cute for either maybe, you know, little washi tape or I don't know, just any kind of little embellishments. That's what I'm going for. and I think it was a cute little find, and I'm planning to use this here in my decorations. And the last item I wanted to share with you is my new We Are Memory Keepers Precision Glass Cutting Mat. I'm telling you, this just came in the mail right before I started recording. This is my new work mat that I'm going to be using, and sorry for that glare. That may be an issue. I hadn't thought about that. But this is going to be the mat that I'm going to use. My other mat just seemed to get a little dingy looking. And so this one here with the clear, we can put some things underneath it and use that. And so this just came in. I'm planning to use it and looking forward to it. I've got lots of different projects on the books, and these are things that are going to get me started next year, but we're going to be shifting into the new year and Valentine's very soon. I've got a few more cleanup items that I want to do, and then I'm going to get started here in the craft room. We'll see you soon.